Only thing I want to do is encourage anybody who's listening to this right now to live your life, man, and take the limits off of you. Because nobody said that you had to limit yourself to what you limit yourself to. You just made that stuff up on your own. You made it up in your own head that you can't do it. You made it up in your own head that you can't afford it. And one of the biggest things that hit me, one of the biggest quotes that changed my life, I mean, absolutely changed my life, was that it's not you can't afford it. It's how can I afford that? But then on the second tip, to go a little bit deeper, if you stop focusing on the money of things or the dollar sign that's in front of things, once you take the dollar sign off of the world is yours.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be a player.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast with the elephant as always. Welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack, and we have a guest on.
I have returned.
The remote episode.
She has returned
For the day.
For the day.
So half of the Dirty Trump Podcast is coming at you live from Riviera Maya, Mexico. Felt like I needed to say that. This ain't gonna be a bragging episode, but I do have something that I want to bring to the table. Okay. And I got some plans for this episode, and a lot of people ain't gonna like it. So I just want to go ahead and put the disclaimer out there. If you comfortable in your ways and you stuck in your ways, then you might want to turn this off because you just about to be pissed. I promise.
You should definitely keep it on because you're gonna be glad you heard it.
But yeah, and to that note, like if there was ever a little inkling in you that said that I want to do more with my life, but fear has been the thing that held you back, you want to keep this going. So, how things been going on stateside, bro?
Same old. But well, work wise, same old. Ain't nothing changed.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But
I've been talking about it for 6 days now.
So like, all right. Speaking of like fear and like kind of the topic of what we're going into, I couldn't sleep one day, right? So I was just like, just not reminiscing, but like just looking at old Facebook photos and all this other stuff, and just kind of like reflecting on like what I've been through, like what I did to get here. And I was just like, yo, you did a lot, but like there's more to come. And I'm just like, where are we going? Like it was weird. It was weird. And I couldn't sleep on it, but it was just like something I needed to do because it was just like almost like a confidence boost, like looking back and then, realizing that there's a lot more I can do. Like, that I didn't know I could do.
And once you get to that, bro, like I feel you on that. Like Facebook all the time. Facebook famous for that, like bringing you back to something. On this day 3 years ago, like you just start looking back on a whole bunch of stuff that you've been doing, bro. But like after you get past that proud of what you have accomplished, you get to a point where you're like, yo, like you said, I can be doing more. I could be doing a whole lot better. And like I get a whole different feeling when I look at that reel on Facebook now, bro. Like I don't even want to see it at this point. Because it's like, yo, you have, this is all you have done. And you know you could have done more. So like I guess it's a stepping stone kind of process, but like it's just all depends on how far you stretch yourself, man. And I've gotten to a point where I can't stand looking at it now. Like Like just being real. Like if I post a picture on Facebook from now, and like we're in Mexico right now. Like and I'm probably gonna say that a couple more times before this episode is out. Not to brag, but I'm just trying to prove a point. Like if I post a picture of Alyssa and I from Mexico this year, right now, Cinco de Mayo, it ain't Cinco de Mayo now, but we took a picture yesterday. But if I posted that picture and next year in 2023, Facebook shows me that, and I'm not back in Mexico, or at least planning on going to another, doing something of the same sort, of the same value, then like I will feel like I failed. And most people, they just kind of look at it just like, oh, it is what it is, and just go right back to doing what they've been doing. But like, there's been like, I'm taking vacations and stuff, look back on Facebook and like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? Like I was having so much fun right there. And I'm like looking at my environment, and my environment don't look nothing like the fun that I had in the picture. And like most people, they get in this little bubble where they start thinking that the only time that they can live or have fun is in a fantasy world, and your fantasy world being Mexico. So like, I'm gonna let somebody else take that. I'm gonna try not to hog it. You got anything to add on that, Lee? Or you just gonna hit me a pretty face on the pod?
Is that what you think? I was hoping that you would have more of a leeway into what we were discussing yesterday, but
I needed a little help. My brain kind of got stuck on that. Help me out here.
Marcus, what did you think?
Here we go.
What did I think about what he just said?
Yeah.
I
was hoping for more of a leeway into what my thing was. Now it's just too jarring.
Also,
I do feel that like people get into this mindset of like when a Facebook reel or something like that comes up, it's just like sometimes it's like a acceptance for them. Like they feel like, all right, I did this. Cool. But what next? And some people, they're just like, well, they're okay with just doing this spectacular thing this one time and then just like kind of holding on to that memory.
Yeah.
And don't move anywhere forward from that. Like some people's biggest highlight is a trip they took like many years ago, and they're just content with that. But I do feel like those reels should be like kind of like inspiration. Like, all right, what's my next move? Let the next Facebook post or Facebook reel be like something even bigger, but it's all personal preference, like what people are into, how driven they are to actually go out and make those things happen.
So yeah, that takes it out of personal preference. I just want to go ahead and put that out there. You said personal preference, but then you went into like what their drive is. Like, I don't believe that it's personal preference if you just look at it and just kind of give up hope on the fact that you can't do it, because you just kind of accept the fact that you can't.
Right, because just like yesterday, as we all know, we're at actually a conference for personal development while we're here, as opposed to just simply a vacation. So we are.
I was told I had to call it a vacation, though.
You just have to at least relax and enjoy it just a little bit. But anyway, so we are with ET and his team. So just every morning we've been starting with prayer time to just kind of reflect on what everything is going on. And actually he had a discussion with somebody that's actually at this personal development conference as well, and he was like, ET, man, I just only had the opportunity to be at general admission and blah blah blah. And he's like, well, you chose to only work as hard as getting general admission. You could have easily gotten VIP or platinum. I mean, we did eat.
His response was
the VIP.
The guy's response was, "But man, you don't understand. Like
the way my bank account is set up."
He hit him with the Kevin Hart joke.
Oh no!
Like the way my bank account is set up. He was like, "No, bro, I don't think you understand. you chose that. Like you chose to do general admission. Like you chose to get enough money to only do general admission. So like,
if you didn't have it like that to even have general admission, then couldn't you not have it like that to get something else and work harder to get there?
Right.
Is what his whole point was. And I mean, we felt that same exact way. We were like, oh, well, are we really going to have that within a year? Are we really going to, like, can we make it happen? Are we just going to make it?
Yeah.
And our decision was yes. Like, we were going to find whatever way we could. We put it on cards. We worked our asses off. We did what we could. Like, we made sure that that was actually important enough to us to put that forth effort that was required.
Oh yeah, we definitely coming back. Like there's no way. Like one of the ladies that Alyssa linked up with, man, she and I found it like really inspiring. But she got like just a team of people that she empowers on a regular basis. And she brought 22 people with her, bro. Like I'm like, yo, for real, like we falling off, bro. And man, we falling way off, man.
And just building that sort of community. One thing that definitely hit me is just the sense of community. Like we all know, like you are made up of the 5 most people that you surround yourselves with. So if you're consistently with people that are like, well, my bank account is set up this certain way, like obviously you're not going to be able to take advantage of these unique experiences, being able to hear all of these messages. Like we've had mindset, we've had health, we've had fitness, we've had
pretty much all the 5 pillars that Jamal talked about. Like
faith, I didn't know if you actually mentioned it on this.
Faith, family, finance, fitness, and freedom.
Yeah. So we will be walking away being able to completely change and renovate the way that our life works.
Right.
And then there's other people that let their bank account stop them.
Right. Cause like we had a year to prepare for this, bro. Like a whole year. And I asked people, I'm like, yo, y'all want to come to Mexico with me? They're like, oh yeah, we going to Mexico? I was like, yeah, man. And you know, like once I said that what we going for, like they were like, oh yeah, shit. I don't know, man. I gotta I don't know. Like and then like, bro, we in such a culture where it's so unorthodox to do the things that you want to do, that we make internal excuses and we create our own internal reality to keep us from doing the things that we want to do. Like for instance, you know how many people told me, because I said I'm going to Mexico and like whatever, how many people told me not to drink the water?
Yeah.
Like, what does that even mean? And half of the people who told me that, Mark,
have never been here.
90% of the people have never been here. And I'm like, yo, what does that even mean? And I asked the last person, I'm like, so why are you telling me that? Just out of curiosity. Oh yeah, man, I heard some stuff and I'm like, oh, you heard? Have you ever been? Nah, I ain't never been, but you know, such and such. I'm like, yo, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Like what you heard and what you experienced are 2 completely different things. I don't want to know about what you heard. I want to know about what you experienced. So if you're giving me advice, then it better come from somewhere that you actually know, and not 30% of information that you heard from a storybook about somebody getting kidnapped in Mexico. I'm like, I don't want to hear that. Like that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Well, and even to circle that back, like there's so many people that I've associated myself with in the past, you've associated yourself with, people that we're around now at work or whatever the case might be, that are like, well, I can't afford this lifestyle. I can't have this. I can't have that because somebody told them so. Like they believe that they are limited by what they have in their family, by what they experienced in the past. They might have terrible credit now. They might have poor cash flow in their bank account. They might have pre-existing conditions. They might have all of these things working against them.
Or even that, you might actually want to do it, but you got a spouse or a significant other at home who don't even believe that it's even possible. So you just don't do it in the first place.
Right. And then we've got rooms full of people that we've been around for the last 5-6 days that have done it, that came from homelessness, that came from having debilitating diseases, that had domestic abuse, they had survivorship guilt. Like there's people that have gone through traumatic experiences. There's been people that are widows. There's been people that have made a life for themselves despite their past experiences.
Right. So like, it's a different type of environment, man. Cause like, we're so accustomed to people who just all they do is complain about their current situation, and they do absolutely nothing with it, man. Mm-hmm. Like they don't even let that pain drive them to do something better. All they do is just sit back and they whine and complain, and I mean, most of them complaining about me, so I'm like, I ain't gonna go there. But it's just because like I just try to make you be better as a person. Like, and people don't like that pain. They don't like that pressure of knowing that they're not as good as they think they are. And you're not as good as you think you are, because you could be here right now, but instead you are worrying about your 9 to 5 and working paycheck to paycheck. Mm-hmm. So you could be like, I mean, granted, like, for real, like, I know for a fact that most of the people I talk to, brilliant people. In fact, there's been people here that me and Alyssa have kicked it with, who have some of the same skills of people that we meet on a daily basis at our job, bro. So like, it's not like it's impossible for you to be here. It's literally just a matter of you just chose that you didn't want to do it. Mm-hmm. You literally chose that, okay, like whatever work that it takes to get that kind of lifestyle, I don't even want to do it.
Well, and even to bring it down to like a simpler message, unfortunately, everyone deals with it. Like every resolution, what is everyone's number one thing? Health, right? Mm-hmm. So even just everyone's like, okay, I'm going to get it done this year. I'm going to lose 80 pounds. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But what happens by like January 12th in the gyms every single year? Yeah. But just, and I mean, Carl from ETA even dealt with this to the point that he's like, oh man, Jamal, I really don't feel like working out today. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm really busy. Right. And of course, all of these guys are very busy. Like they all have their own businesses. They all have everything going on. But Jamal can make the time to work out twice a day for several hours throughout the day.
Run a multi-million-dollar real estate business.
Have 6 other businesses on the side.
Yeah.
Interact, have team meetings and all that good stuff. And he simply asked Carl a question of, okay, did you brush your teeth today? Yeah, Jamal, I had brushed my teeth today. Did you get dressed today? Yeah, I got dressed today. I had to go somewhere. Did you eat breakfast today? Yeah, I kind of got hungry this morning. Did you drink water? Yes, I did that too. Okay, well, then you just flat out don't want to do it. It's not important to you. And he said that ever since then, like he has not given up a working out day. Mm-hmm. Like he has not. Like if it's important to you, then you're going to find the time to do it. Either you're going to wake up earlier, you're going to stay up later, you're going to take 10 minutes to just take a walk. You're going to play with your puppies. You're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that you get that in.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And there's just so many people that let their busy time dictate what they're going to do. And they're willing to sacrifice what's important to them or that they claim is important to them and substitute it with the newest movie or the newest show that they're binging and call it busy.
I want to argue to the point where it's like people in their busy time, like people that I'm talking about and people that we're talking about in general, they ain't really busy doing that. No. They busy chasing paychecks, and they so busy chasing paychecks that they fail to chase what's really important, and that's a life purpose.
Right.
And that's what this whole episode is about, life purpose. Like, we're not here to brag about being in Mexico. Like, I told you that. Like, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about why is it that average, everyday people fail to live life the way that they should be living life.
And why do they convince themselves that they are limited by what their past gave them?
Right.
Some people don't like to be tired. some people don't like to be word is exhausted, I guess. So we have a
open up on that, elaborate on that a little bit for me.
The feeling of tiredness or exhaustion is like you gave it your very all. Say you're running a marathon and you hauling ass, right? And then you finally make to the end. You on your knees. You done ran to where your legs have given out. You have literally gave it 110%. You're tired. You're exhausted. But you did that to get somewhere in life. People don't want to go through that pain or that suffering, that grueling suffering of
the body is able to do anything that you're willing to push it to do.
And people aren't willing to do that.
Yeah. And the thing is, like the tired feeling that you're talking about is a state of mind. Most people that get tired get tired going to work. Exactly. You work a 10-hour shift there, especially where we work at. You work a 10-hour shift and you tired. But bro, like I'll tell you what makes me tired. My job doesn't make me tired. My job irritates me. What tires me out is the fact that I had to go every single day. What tires me out is the fact that I had to spend 10 hours with people who think that they own my level. What tires me out is that I'm working paycheck to paycheck. What tires me out is I have to have conversations with Alyssa because she's unsure if we're able to start our family because we're so bent up out of shape about finances and where the next dollar is coming from. That tires me out. So like for real, like if you getting tired from work, like yo, for real, I ain't trying to hear that. Like what I don't want to hear is when you get off of work and you just sit up on the couch and you cuddle up with your significant other and you watch Netflix and eat dinner and then you just wait for the next shift to start. What I ain't trying to hear next week is how you ain't got money to do what you're trying to do.
Well, and not only that, but I mean, granted, everyone might be tired at the end of the day, but just think about short-term sacrifice to create long-term gain.
Right.
Like we all know that working the 9 to 5 exhausts us at the end of the day, whether it be mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever the case might be. But imagine being able to work by the ocean every day and only work for like an hour a week. Oh, hang on, Mark.
Yes. Yes.
And our breakfast is here.
Who?
Hola. And we're back. Sorry for the brief interruption. We ordered when we weren't sure if you were going to be awake or not.
It's like in the afternoon. Of course I'd be up.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True. That hour behind kind of got us.
Yeah. We were trying to get it before we started, but yeah. So yeah, where were we at, man?
Short-term sacrifice for long-term gain. Being able to go from working 40, 50 hours a week to working maybe like 1 or 2 hours a week seaside.
Ah, man, like, bro, I sat down next to the water yesterday, bro, and I was just writing. Well, like the 30 minutes that I was out there, man, like I felt so free, like my fingers were just tapping, bro. Like I'm just like, I can get so much done here. Like, yo, for real, like if I can just sit next to the beach for about, 40 hours. You give me 40 hours sitting next to the beach, bro, I had so much done.
He'll finish a book.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. That was like for real, like, yo, like there's just so much peace out here, man. And I wish, and like, I can't explain. Me personally, like, I'm gonna be real with you. I can relate to the whole blue collar thing. I came, like, for real. I can remember times when my family went to Disney World and we had to stay in like a hotel, like a motel that was like maybe like 30 minutes away from the park. And we had to get up like real early to beat the line, and we was doing all this weird stuff to try to beat the system. Like we weren't trying to spend no money on the food there. So we were bringing like snacks and everything. We ain't stay on the park. We ain't get to see everything because we could only afford to go for one day. And like, yo, I'm grateful for those times. But what I learned about those times was that I ain't really trying to live like that. What I learned is that I want to enjoy the things that are in life. Like I want to enjoy life the way life was supposed to be enjoyed. And we came from people who don't necessarily enjoy life like that. We live life, we experience life, we experience living, but we don't experience life in its fullness, if that make any sense. Like Drake said, not everybody dies, but not everybody lives. So like for real, coming out here, like even being on my way out here, bro, we were here for about maybe 2 days before it actually hit me. Like, yo, you in a whole different country right now. But I was noticing things that were a little bit different. And like from the time I got here, bro, like I heard Jamal say, was it 2 weeks ago, that because they were talking about coming back. And on their podcast, on S2S podcast, y'all know I plug them all the time for what, like, and they don't even know it. But bro, like they were talking about coming back here, and they, as CJ made a joke about Jamal wanting to go back to enjoy the resort. But bro, Jamal lived in a 20,000 square foot house. Jamal told him, like, bro, when I went there, Camille, like my wife, he like, yo, she ain't tripping over how good and how perfect the resort looked. My wife was tripping on just the service. I give my wife everything that she want. And he said what most people fail to realize is that you going to paradise so you can enjoy paradise, and you coming back with absolutely nothing from paradise. But what you need to do is you need to go to paradise, take a piece of paradise and take that shit back home with you, fam, and create paradise at your house.
And some people will think of, oh yeah, I'll just get some souvenirs so it'll remind me of it. No, like you build the life that you want. Like you love the ocean. E brought back the idea of getting a huge pool so that he can work by it until he can actually buy an oceanfront property. Jamal was like, okay, my wife loves the spa. All right, I'm going to create a spa inside our house so that she doesn't have to leave the country to have that oasis. You love the greenery, bring that back with you. Like you actually create the life that you want so that you don't always have to be like, oh, I wonder when we're going to go to our next vacation. I wonder when we're going to do this. I wonder when we're going to do that. Like you create it inside your own home.
Right. And you create it in your environment in general. And why are we getting kicked off of here for having two people? Like, yo, I ain't all right.
Does the Zoom do face tracking?
They might have changed up they stuff again, man.
It's either that or Zoom does face tracking, and like it just notices that it's 3 people. That'd be crazy if they do that. That is wild.
I doubt it.
That is wild.
I doubt it. I think they just changed up their stuff. Right. So we're gonna talk until it runs out, and we're gonna hop back on. Right. At least we know our time. So go ahead.
I was gonna say, with that, what did you guys have to sacrifice to get there?
Everything. It was all right. So here's something that I want to say. Like, some people think that it's a choice. Like you got choices in life, but when the #1 motivational speaker in the world tell you to be somewhere, bruh,
you go.
Right. When the #1 motivational speaker tell you that you need to be somewhere because this is what it's going to do for you, bump me. Like, I don't care about what it does for me. What it's going to do for you is you need to be here. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted you and Alex to come to the 360 conference in Atlanta, because like, yo, the things that happen when you come to places like this with people like we're with now, these things are life altering.
And they're priceless.
Right. Like you couldn't put a price on
being able to be around a community of people that are like-minded, or that have the opportunity to mentor, that have the opportunity to show you how it's done. Yeah. The people that are like some of the most like faith-driven, amazing, just incredible people that are so kind, so generous, and they care about changing the world as much as we do. Right. That care about creating a lifestyle for their own future, for their kids' future, for several generations.
Right. And like I'm gonna be real with you, like I ain't never met nobody out of ETA. So when I got here, because I've been to conferences like this before, and it just always feel empty. Like it, like no matter what you do, no matter who you're around, everybody's shallow. Everybody is like selfish. They just got their own agenda. You can't talk to nobody without actually having them like try to pitch you or sell something to you. Like I've been to conferences like that, and I kind of thought that for the most part, me and Alyssa was going to be to ourselves because of the same situation. I thought it'll be a situation where, you know, we see them and, you know, they there, but they not there. You know what I mean? Like they might as well just be projections if you see them. But when we got here, bro, and we got in the room, it was like a family. Like it was like a big family reunion up in there, bro. Like you talking people who like they haven't seen each other in a while. They coming to hugging each other. They like you talking like folks like it looked like a reunion, bro. Like it looked like a family reunion, bro. And like to the point where we were sitting there in the conference room, and we waiting for the show to start, bro. CJ comes to me and Alyssa, and it's like, yo, how y'all doing? I don't think we met before. Y'all, this y'all first time?
Oh,
yeah. Like he knows like people's faces. Like he has an opportunity to meet literally everyone.
And I'm talking
dinner the next night. Like he says, "Hey, how you guys doing? Know you guys are new. Are you meeting anyone? What have you picked up so far?"
Right.
Like he's making sure that the value is there for everyone.
Right.
Like every single new person, like he remembers their name. He remembers like where they're from, actually treats you as a person, not just a number that's contributing to their bank account.
And the biggest part about that, bro, like, and why I was surprised, because we always talk about the disc assessment. So we know who CJ is. He's not the people guy. Like he ain't the people. He's not the people person. He ain't necessarily out here just like doing all of that motivational stuff, like linking up with people, bro. And he remembered us. Like he was just like, yo, y'all, this y'all first time. He like called us by name the second time that we saw him, and just sat down at the table with us and had a conversation with us while we were waiting on dinner. Like I'm like, yo, what is this? Dudes like multimillionaires and just like, yo, like, yeah, y'all family now. Like, what?
Right.
Like what?
Like Uncle CJ, Uncle Jamal.
Like, bro, like what is this? Like, yo, this don't even make sense, bro. Like they don't even need to be doing this. Like, it ain't even logical. It's like 500 people here. You just like remember me by name because this is my first time. Like, yo, that don't happen in the real world. So like, what did we sacrifice to get that experience, bro? I sacrificed everything. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Yeah. We didn't
credit cards maxed
out. Right.
We didn't but we made it happen.
We don't make the money to get here.
Right.
And on paper, like if you look at my background and look at where I came from, I shouldn't be here. Like just real talk. I should not be here. I shouldn't be in this environment. I shouldn't even, like for real, like if you look at my background, I shouldn't even know her. Like I'm just being real. Like if you know where I came from and know what I've been through. But we sacrifice everything to come here, not for the vacation, but we sacrifice everything to come here because I knew that when we arrive, when we touch down, and when our feet touch that sand and we look out into that blue water, that we won't go back the same. Right. And that everybody who has ever touched us and everybody who has ever locked arms with us or broke bread with us, I knew for a fact that I was going to be able to change their lives, not just my own. That's why I sacrificed everything to be here. That's how important it is for me to be here.
Whew. All right. So,
In other words, you're coming with us next year, right?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, no question.
Yeah.
No question.
Oh yeah.
We got a year to prep.
Like whatever we need to do, bro. Like, and I know like it's scary. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was like, yo,
there were so many arguments that we had. I was like, okay.
We ain't never argued about money. We ain't never argued about money, but yeah, just like something about this, we were just like, it needs to happen. It just it's non-negotiable. Right.
With that, because you said, you know, it was scary, all the sacrifices and the things to make it happen. It instills some type of fear, but instead of letting that fear stop you guys, you just went on with it, and you're reaping the rewards right now. So that just goes out to just like to show people that you can make it happen even through fear, struggle. You know, you're giving your last dime, your last penny, your last time for something to get somewhere that you truly believe will, you know, make a difference. And I'm not gonna say you could have went out there and it would have been like a whole flop conference or whatever, because, you know, we know the people, they wouldn't, you know, let you guys come out there and it just be, you know, anything, just something they did some random day. No, it was thought out, it was planned. I'm pretty sure they put in just as much effort, even more probably, you know, to get something going for you guys or for, you know, the people that are there. And just like you said, to even go that extra mile and to, you know, connect with you guys, like they didn't have to do that. That's something they felt they needed to do, so they did it. I don't think any other speaker would done that, and
they are. I'm being real with you. They are doing it, but it don't look the same, bro.
Oh, really?
It don't look the same, bro. The reason why he is where he is now, bro, is because he don't do what the other guys do. That's why he's the #1 motivational speaker in the world, bro. Because he's out here creating a real community, bro. Like there's been opportunities where he could have just capitalized, like, and I watch him, bro, like in the business world, and like just listening to the things that they talk about on the podcast, like, cause y'all know, like I binge listen to their podcast, bro, cause I don't like listening to half of the shit that come out of the mouths of people who in the real world. So like I listen to them, like so. And I hear the stuff that they talk about and the things that they go through. And like, bro, they had so many opportunities to capitalize on paywalls, bro, and they just don't do it, dog. I look at it and I'm like, yo, they could insert this right here. And I'd be like, look, I imagine that they would do this or go in this direction. And then they just like, it disappears. Like, I'm like.
Well, even to the point that yesterday during morning worship and everything, there was individuals from the UK that have gone here since the very first one 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And several other people that have gone on it since the very first one. Like they called them out by name. They were like, you guys are doing this, you guys are doing that, you guys have learned this, you guys have learned that. Like at the end of the day, they could have just been like, okay, yeah, keep on coming until you die.
Like he told the guy, he was like, look, like y'all from the UK, like it don't make sense for you to travel out here once a year. Like it don't make sense for you to come out here, pay your money, and come out here and see me, bro. You can just come see me.
Like every quarter, like they're gonna be meeting together and just like talking and coaching and this, that, and the other. And that's another point that I wasn't even thinking about. Like he was flat out telling people like, hey, like you now have what you need to be able to take this to your hometown, make a conference yourself, bring it to other people, invite me if you want to. I would love to come and speak. I would love to do that. You guys can make it work.
Yes.
Like I would love to see more of these happen. Like he could not have been more genuine and wanting people to actually spread the news to other people, just wishing success for other people. Like you guys now have all that you need to be able to spread the good everywhere else. Like it doesn't have to just be the Riviera Maya once a year. Like spread the word. Other people will come to other conferences. Like, everyone has a story that they can contribute.
Right. And like when that spoke a lot to me because he's actually encouraging the people here, like all of them. Everybody always encourages the people here to link up with other people here.
Right.
Like, I ain't never seen that before. I ain't never seen, like, bro, when CJ talked to us, he was like, yo, where y'all from? I was like, Richmond, Virginia. He was like, oh yeah, for real. Like, yeah, you know, Derek from there too. Like, I'm like, that's new. Yeah, let me go holler at my man. And then, like, he came, like, during the dinner, he was like, yo, go talk to such and such over there. They from Virginia too. All right, I'm out. I'm like, Jesus, like, yo, what is this? I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life, bro. And like, you got some, and you know, there are some people who here for the wrong reasons. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. Like, they just want to be seen with fame.
The crew.
They want to be seen with fame. They got to take pictures with everybody. I ain't asked not to take one picture with nobody. I'm probably in a few pictures, like just like a photo bomb kind of thing. Like, you definitely gonna see me on the podcast when it comes out. I ain't asked no question, but you know, I was standing next to somebody who did ask a question. But you know, that's beside the point.
That's neither here nor there.
But yeah, I'm probably gonna take a screenshot of that, just the shits and giggles, and put it on the podcast Instagram. But yeah, I was like, yeah, catch me on the S2S podcast. You know, whatever. But anyway, and speaking of that came out already.
Yeah.
I need to get on.
They literally recorded it, and within 4 hours it was up.
Yeah. So
Jesus.
I'm like, there are people here who are here for the wrong reasons, and I just want to like let it be known that for real, like, these guys have already showed that it can be done. Like, they already showed that you can live the lives that you want. Like, ET is a high school dropout, fam.
With a PhD.
With a PhD. Like, he shows that it can be done. Like, he put together this event, and like, people come from all over the globe to come to it, bro. And like, I get to looking at our own platform, and I'm just like, yo, why are we like, yo, we got the same information. Why are we not doing that? Like, there was not a moment, like, I mean, granted, there was a few questions that were being asked during the Q&A where people would ask a question. I'm like, that is a good question. I wonder what they're gonna answer. But most of that stuff, I was like, yo, I already know how they're gonna answer it. And I don't know if it's because, like, yo, you just that smart, or you just that deep at Aaron Mack, or you just listen to these guys so much that you just know what they're gonna say. I don't know what it is, but regardless of what it was, like, some people was asking questions. I was like, yeah, I already know the answer to that. Bro, we got the information. I'm like, yo, why are you not doing that? Why are you not inviting people to Mexico to come hear you speak? Like, yo, what are you doing? Like, why are you not doing that? And I'm just like, yo, people limit themselves so much on the things that they can do. And only thing I want to do is encourage anybody who's listening to this right now to live your life, man, and take the limits off of you. Because nobody said that you had to limit yourself to what you limit yourself to. You just made that stuff up on your own. You made it up in your own head that you can't do it. You made it up in your own head that you can't afford it. And one of the biggest things that hit me, one of the biggest quotes that changed my life, I mean, absolutely changed my life, was that it's not you can't afford it. It's how can I afford that? But then on the second tip, to go a little bit deeper, if you stop focusing on the money of things, or the dollar sign that's in front of things, once you take the dollar sign off of the world is yours.
Stop operating on your own bank account. Like, the world will come and provide what you need as long as you put it out there that you want to be there.
Facts. Big facts. That's interesting. And it brings me back to the previous episode about how not having enough, or these limits, we make that our identity. But like, we have.
We talked about that. That's what we talked about. That was us. I want S2S. You sure?
That was us. It's our identity. We make our identity, and like you said before, and I don't want to breeze over that. Like, people have personal trauma, personal whatever. They done been through hell and back. But they put in the work and they're where you guys are. Like, it's not impossible. It's very possible. The word impossible, and there's a couple other words that are like that. I'm possible. Like, you just do it. Like, it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be hard. It might be some, it's gonna be a bumpy road. Like you said, it wasn't, super easy to get there, but you guys put in the time and effort, and now you guys are there. Fear, it came and it went. It might not have went as fast as it came, but it went. Y'all put in the hard work, y'all stuck it out, and you guys are there getting priceless knowledge and experience. Like, it's what you make of it.
Yeah.
Right.
And like, I want to hit on the fear thing right quick, because like that's all it is right there, man. You afraid of the unknown. You afraid of the unknown. So when it comes to unknown things, you don't value jumping forward and jumping into the unknown. You don't value what happens when that happens. So like, society got us thinking that staying in our comfort zone is a little bit better than moving forward. Society, you scared of the dark. You don't want to see what's down there. Street lights, you gotta have street lights in your city, or else it's like an unsafe place to live because you can't see nothing. The lighter the better. Black people, the society got you thinking that whatever's in the dark is a problem. Like, for real, like society got you feeling like that. So you don't look at moving forward or jumping into the unknown as a good thing. So when we made the decision, to come here, it was unknown territory. And like Alyssa said, we bickered a lot about it, but we didn't bicker over the money. I want that to be clear. We bickered, but it wasn't the money that we bickered over. It was how the opportunity is going to affect us and what do we need to get from it that we were at odds about. And we never let it break us. But both of us decided at some point that we were going to, with whatever money that we're going to spend, we don't have a choice but to fight to get it back and work a little bit harder to get it.
Using the knowledge that we received from here.
Right. So it wasn't we spent money. We invested
in ourselves, in our future.
So some of y'all out here looking at it like, I can't afford that because it costs too much.
Like I already live paycheck to paycheck.
Right. I ain't got the means to do that. But what you need to start focusing on is what can you take away from it? Most people come to Mexico, and I ain't knocking nobody. Like, yo, for real, y'all come here to relax. You come here to get away from your mundane life, your average everyday living. You come here to space out. I get it. But what most people don't do is when they come to a place like this, they don't take back any nuggets. So, but even before we, oh man, and this hurt my feelings a little bit, man. Oh man, I felt like a celebrity getting off the plane, bruh. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I felt like a whole goddamn celebrity getting off the plane. I'm talking like folks, like it was just everything but the cameras, bro. Like you talking like red carpet hopping out the limousine, people swarming you like left and right, bro. Like that's what it looked like. But they just weren't holding cameras, bro. I promise you, but like I felt like a fraud after seeing what was going down at the airport, bro. Let me tell you what happened. Like on the way here, we got off the plane, bro. We stepped out the airport, out the doors into the heat, and like standing outside was a whole bunch of people, and they worked for a whole bunch of different car rental agencies, hotels, all types of stuff, tourist attraction spots, right? And Alyssa was like, the first thing Alyssa said to me before the door slid open was, "Just keep walking,
Don't talk to anyone.
Don't make eye contact. Don't say nothing to anybody.
They're gonna sell you.
And I was like, the fuck you mean? Bro, I walked outside, bro, like everybody and their mom was like in my face, saying, like, yo, it was like people everywhere swarming us, standing in the way, holding up signs and everything, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? And what I was realizing was the people here, they work their careers like it's their livelihood. Bruh, while we in America over there, just like, we ain't got nothing going on for ourselves. We got all these safety nets keeping us from failure. Like these people, and I can imagine what's going on with some of them, bro. Like, you know, because most of this is like, in the area that we're in the resort right now, but most of this area, like outside of the resort walls, is like impoverished. So I can imagine that it's like somebody who just got a job, who they make commissions off of sales, and you at a tourist attraction or near at an airport near a whole bunch of tourist attractions, bro. I got to go out here to make this money for my family, bro. You talking folks out here just trying to make anything move. They are talking to anybody and everybody. There were people who were talking to people who had other people coming to try to poach off of the people that they already had just because they were stopped. Bro, they were literally in there to get anybody and everybody what they pulse, literally. And meanwhile, back in America, we just chilling. We faced a little bit of adversity and all of a sudden we out. But somebody had told you that in order to get to Mexico every single year and not have to do it on a paycheck, this is what you got to do, but we can't do it because we get in our feelings about what don't go right. Meanwhile,
we're scared of a no.
Meanwhile, people in Mexico, they are aggressive. They are on it. Like, bro, I had like 17 people talk to me before I made it 10 steps away from the airport doors. Not even a joke.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And it just hearing that and thinking about, like, you know, where we work at, it's like that. It's exactly like that. People are too comfortable in where they are, and it's just like their job is just something they come to do the bare minimum, like we said before, and they go home. Like, but in other countries, people's job is damn near connected to their life. If they don't make $1 that day, they don't eat that day. They don't feed their family that day.
And not just not just them, the whole family. Yeah.
And we got people here every day. They come to work, their job like, hey, you want to go home? They ain't even have to ask the question. They already out the door before they even get in the door.
And some people meet the managers before they even ask. They're like, oh, you got that look in your face. You VTOing?
Yes. And it is, I don't know if it's like a culture thing or just like something where people have to like go out and see the real world and realize that they're damn near lucky. Like where they at in other countries, we're rich to people in other countries, and like we're like damn near at the bottom. So it's just like it's crazy because just hearing that and like actually, you know, some people come here and have that same mentality, and that's why they make it over the people that are, you know, poor here. Some people from, you know, from Mexico, if they ever get here and they have that same mentality, I gotta work or I'm gonna die. And they go out there, somebody snatches them up, and they're just like, all right, you giving me how much? And you want me to work this hard? All right, I'm gonna give you 200%. I'm gonna give you everything I got, and boom, they done made it. Over somebody that's been here for years, and what this person from Mexico did in a year or 2 years, you haven't even done in like 10, 12, 20.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So like, I want to get into like what I like about it here, and like how it differs from where we come from. And it's not like, there's beautiful places in America, like they are, but what I'm looking at is like just the service here. Mm-hmm. That's the thing that I think is the most impressive here. Like I've seen luxury. I've stayed in luxury. Like like I've been to quote unquote resorts. Like I don't think it gets any deeper than this. Like I think that they said Punta Cana do a little bit better. They said Jamaica is a little bit better. But regardless, they said the food is better in Jamaica, but they like it better here. So it is what it is. I don't really know. I don't care. Like I've seen luxury houses before. Like it's not that deep to me. But like what really spoke to me was the service that, like, in the attention to detail that people are paying here. Like, these people literally do everything above and beyond. And like for real, I'm feeling like, I'm just going to start speaking Spanish, bro. Like any employees I need, bro, I'm just going to hire them from here, bro. Like, I'm going to be real with you, bro. Like, I don't even think I want to even hire Americans anymore, bro. Like, the folks here, bro, like the dude who just came, like, I wish you could see what he did to the table over there, bro. Like, the dude, like, he set up our table, bro. There's a fucking centerpiece, bro. Like, he did room service. He bought a centerpiece with him and put it on the table, bro. Like, I wish you could see that right now. But, like, there are people here who are going above and beyond to do things that are going to get them, whether it's tips or whether they're trying to move up in this company that they work for, bro. Because and next week I want to talk about that too, because like the way this thing was created, bro. If we don't talk about, we wouldn't be the Dirty Trump podcast if we ain't talk about that elephant in the room, bro. Because this joint here is not even older than me, bro. Mm-hmm. This resort ain't even older than me, bro. Like, so I want to put that into perspective that somebody at some point had a vision to create this, and he got other people sold on that vision to the point where they are able to create a work ethic that is out of this world. Mm-hmm. I seen the dude last night in a restaurant serve 5 people at one time, just like straight up, just like grab something from somebody, move on to another person, just move on to another person, grab everything that they had, get tables off a plate, and then circle back around, brought stuff right back to their table, bro. Like in one swoop. I don't even think my man had the chance to breathe twice before he finished. Come on. But it's just that level of detail. I don't think we came across not one disgruntled associate yet.
Right.
Come on. So the work ethic. Mm-hmm. And so, all right. So y'all think I'm playing. What we talking about here? We talking about work ethic right now. We talking about what will be the thing to get you to live the life that you want. Mm-hmm. We're talking about the level of commitment that you had to have to yourself and your family in order to get here. What are you willing to do for you that is going to put you in a certain position to not just, and this ain't about resort living. This ain't about relaxing. This ain't about vacations. This is about living the life that you deserve. Mm-hmm. And understanding that the only reason why you feel like you don't, or like you can't have it, is because you feel like you don't deserve it because of where you came from and what your current situation is. Some people's imposter syndrome goes so deep that they feel like anything more than what they're currently doing is sin. So you get to that point, and of course you can't come to Mexico. Of course you feel like you can't do that. Of course you feel like you can't go on vacation. Or of course you feel like if the #1 motivational speaker in the world said that he's gonna do something that's going to enrich your life, this is what you gotta pay to get there. Of course. Bro, do you understand that the reason why it costs so much is because my man needs you to sacrifice something in order to get here? Because if you came here for free, you wouldn't even value it enough to even do anything about it.
Nope.
That's why it costs much. You gotta put your money where your mouth is. Like Josh Hatch said, stroke a check. Mm-hmm. Stroke a check. That's all you gotta do. When it comes to investing in your own self, your knowledge, your spirituality, when it comes to your obedience, You have to be able to stroke the check to get what you need so that you can move forward with your family. Bruh, the life that Alyssa and I are planning right now, we can't afford to not be here. Mm-hmm. And what we learned in just the first day of being here, bro. Like I was sold on the first day. I was like, all right, yep, I got it. My man said something that blew my face off. Like I thought I got shot with a 12 gauge shotgun at point blank range. I was like, bro, he got me. He got me. Like I ain't got nothing to say now. I wrote that down. I was like, yo, I'm done. Like I don't care what anybody else say. That was the word right there that got me. That was the word that's gonna put me in a better situation. Oh, and I wouldn't have heard it if I wasn't here.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
If I wasn't in the environment to see what I was seeing, then I wouldn't even believe it. So, bro, like whatever it is that you are hiding away from, bro, whatever it is that you think that you can't do, you have to do it. Mm-hmm. It's not even negotiable at this point, bro. You got a mom, a dad, somebody that's sick in your family. You got like your parents are coming to retirement, and you know that they've been working all their lives, and you're just trying to make sure they're in a better situation, because like whether they are in a better situation or not, you still got to deal with it as a child. I'm just saying, you got kids that that they look up to you and they need you to be the provider. You got significant others that need you to be the provider. You got other family, whatever the case is. I don't care what it is, bro. Like, yo, you got to take care of what's yours. Mm-hmm. And the only way to take care of what's yours is to grow. Mm-hmm. And if you are afraid of growth to the level that you can't even go on vacation to grow, something wrong, man. Something is wrong. You need to backtrack and fix that. You need to backtrack and fix that. So what I'm encouraging you guys to do, and I want you to do your homework, when you get off the day, or the next time you work, or right now, whatever time you got free time, and make the free time to do what needs to be done. What I encourage you guys to do is write down the life that you want to live and just look at that. After you write down the lifestyle that you want to live, what comes with it? Like, where are you living? Where are you spending your time at when you're on vacation from the life that you want to live? And I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think I heard Jamal King call this a vacation. I'm just being real. I don't think my man even look at this as a vacation. My man look at this as business. This is a business trip to him. Like it's a different type of mentality. I heard a lady on the shuttle ride here. She said that where was she going? She said she was asking about the airport in Florida, because she was like, I got a timeshare down there and I've never been to it. So I was just wondering how the airport was. Like, bro, like you got to surround yourself with people who have different type of conversations, bro. Like one lady, she snowbirding. She said, oh, I just go to South Boston, Virginia, just so I can relax there, because there's nothing there. So I just go there to relax. But I just came from South America or something, went to California in the beginning of the month. One lady literally said that she was coming back from vacation to go on another vacation, bro. Like, yo, and these were people who were like not that much older than us. Well, one of them was, but I don't know. Maybe a stress-free life of not having a 9-to-5 just make you look younger, because the lady did say she had grandkids, but she looked like she was like 30-something. So I don't know. But regardless, I need y'all to, when you write down what you want your life to be like, write down what it's going to take to get there.
Good and bad.
The scariest of situations that you need to do to get there are going to be the most effective to get it. But you need to write down every single thing that's going to bring you to the lifestyle that you want. And whether you do it or not, at least now you know. And it's not going to be working extra time. I want to go ahead and put that out there. You can work as much overtime as you want, but overtime is not going to get you to the lifestyle that you want to get to.
And neither is the next promotion. If you literally are working towards the next promotion, you're never going to get to where you want to be.
Got it. Yeah. So I guess we can go ahead and start closing it out after that, man. Because
yeah. I see Zoom in the corner with the hook trying to pull us off stage.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take our talents to the Discord, bro. That's gonna be a move that we effectively make in the next on the next episode. So I got Boston Falls.
Okay, all right.
So I don't know what it is, and apparently it's a nationwide phenomenon. Women just be packing up the most craziest stuff coming to vacation.
That's not where you were supposed to go.
Alyssa had me thinking that I needed like a whole wardrobe in order to come out here. And I was packing my bag. She was packing her bag. And I opened it when we got here. And I ended up seeing like a whole bunch of socks fall out. I'm like, the fuck? Why do I have so many pairs of socks? Like, what is this? Like, so, and then I started going through the stuff and I got underwear for days. Like, I'm just like, the fuck? This is like every pair of underwear that I own. Like, why is all this here? And I look over at her and I said, how did all this stuff get in here? And she said, oh, I just waited until you weren't looking and just threw all that stuff in there because I knew you weren't going to pack enough. All right,
okay, let me start.
We here for 7 days. I packed 7 socks.
No, you did not. No, you had 3 in there. And he was only planning on wearing tennis shoes. And he had literally 2 pairs of underwear.
That's not accurate.
It is.
That's not accurate.
I threw in 4 more.
We were here for 7 days, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna bring enough to last me the week.
You're a liar.
I'm gonna bring, and she just started throwing more. And I swear to God, I got like 17 pairs of socks in that suitcase.
No, he doesn't. No.
So Boston Fall said, Alyssa waited until I turned my back to start throwing stuff in the joint.
I don't want to answer. But all right, so because Courtney doesn't do that, but she will pack for like 4 days. Like, I mean, I guess it's a woman thing. You guys like to pack for every scenario, and just in case something happens, you got a backup for the backup and the backup for the
preparedness. God forbid you sweat too much and need to change your shirt, and now you use the one for 2 days from now.
But you could just wash the shirt that's sweaty, and then
no, we can't. We don't have that ability.
I got a sink. Throw that in the sink, throw it on the balcony or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
You got an iron?
No.
Oh, right.
We have a hair dryer.
There you go. That should dry right there.
I can just dry it.
So yeah, man.
But nah.
I think Marcus was on my side.
Yeah, I hear that. I know she was just helping, so I thought it was funny because I rolled my ass off when I realized it, and I thought it would be a hilarious thing to bring to the podcast. But Melissa bought like 13 outfits. So
I did not.
I don't know, like
I brought 9 for a 7-day trip. There are also like certain restaurants that require certain attire that I don't necessarily want to wear all day. So why would I do that?
All right, is that true? Like, because I know certain restaurants, I think.
Yeah.
But like, what is casual or formal? Like, what formal is it? Formal.
So formal is like slacks, button-up shirt,
something
collars,
that you would wear in
things
a
like that. Yeah. Whereas casual is shorts and a tank top.
So how does an establishment be that well off that they could be like, hey, you just can't wear anything. You have to have this formal wear on. It's just
because once the people who actually dress like that get in there, then they can pay enough to keep the doors open.
Mm-hmm.
Lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you've been working on anything, man?
So I had an idea for NFT thing. There is already something going
Got
on.
anything coming up?
Oh, anything coming up? Ooh, not of right now. Not to put out now.
All right, cool. So based on some of the information that I've received here, I think I want to take this podcast to the next level.
Okay.
We're gonna have to talk about what that is on another time.
Mm-hmm.
Once we get off of here, we got to make some runs. So
and eat.
Yeah, our food probably got cold at this point, but it's all good though. Well, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been it for the Dirty Trump podcast. Once again, I say you should be here. Like, no joke, you should be here. Like, there's no excuses anymore. We're gonna cut out all excuses, all reasoning, deductive reasoning that you think is a reason why you're not here. We're gonna stop looking at those things, and we're going to focus on just being better with our lives and being more effective, so that we can live the lives that we want and not the lives that we fantasize about. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dirty Trump podcast. Marcus, what is it?
Always remember that those who shy away from addressing the elephant in the room are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it. This has been the Dirty Trunk podcast. We are out.
Peace. Love y'all. See y'all next week.